Khalid, we have got a boomerang situation in which Israeli Arabs, as you wrote about at jcpa.org, are actually identifying much more strongly with Israel since the October 7th massacre.
Absolutely. I mean, according to a recent public opinion poll, a growing number of Arabs inside Israel are identifying as Israelis, not Palestinians, and it's largely as a result of the Hamas massacre of October 7th.
In other words, they're identifying in a way as part of the Israeli family, if you will. We've got 2 million Arabs, mostly Arab Muslims, about 100,000 Arab Christians or 120,000 Arab Christians and Druze. But the Israeli family is really, in a sense, congealing, converging, coming together opposite this genocidal. It's genocidal anti-Semitism, but it's also genocidal anti-Israelism because there were Muslim Israelis that were murdered by the Hamas and the Gazan public, if you will, on October the 7th.
First of all, the good news is that so far we haven't seen any negative reactions from the Israeli Arabs to the Israeli attack on Hamas.
No protests, no massive demonstrations like 2021.
Yes, some people were afraid that we will see a repeat of what happened in May 21, and that hasn't happened. So this is already good news. Good news number two is that Israeli Arabs are coming out in public saying this does not represent Islam. Hamas was hoping that after the war began, we will see what they call the united battlefields, the unity of the battlefields. They were hoping that Arabs inside Israel will join. They were hoping that Palestinians in the West Bank will join, that Arabs in East Jerusalem, of course, in addition to Hezbollah, and that has not happened. It tells us that Arabs in Israel are struggling for integration into Israel. Okay, they're not Zionists. Okay, they're not Jews, but they strongly identify with Israel, and they also understand, even like Palestinians in the West Bank, Dan, that what happened on October 7th is something different. This is not just another round of fighting. This is not just a small Hamas cell that infiltrated Israel and killed a few soldiers or 2 or 3 civilians. They understand that what happened on October 7th is a game changer. They understand the scale and the scope of this massacre, and they don't want to be identified with it. So what needs to be done right now is to seize the opportunity, and this is the right time, Dan, to embrace the Arabs. It is time for Israel to open up for all Israeli governments and welcome the Arabs who want to be part of the state. If you don't do that, you're actually empowering the radicals among the Arabs inside Israel. If you want to undermine the radicals amongst Israeli Arabs, the best way to do it is by embracing the Israeli Arabs and not alienating them. I think what we need to do is to follow what is being said in Arabic, the discourse, what the complaints by the people in Gaza, and translate them and disseminate them, distribute them, let people know. That's the only way to do it right now. This would be the right way to explain to people what Gazans are saying, not what Israelis are saying about what's happening in Gaza. And it's much more powerful when people in Gaza, with their names, with their pictures, are saying Hamas is destroying us, this is very bad, this is a tragedy. Okay, it's not out of love for Israel, but people are beginning to realize that, Hamas has really destroyed them. And this is encouraging in many ways. So this is where the international community needs to be very clear who they are siding with. I mean, it's evil versus good. And if the international community continues to support Israel's effort to destroy Hamas, that would be very helpful to the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip.